Welcome back, everyone, to Arizona Christian University. I am with assistant head coach Madison Austin. Well, first of all, some of our viewers may know you from before. You graduated, or not graduated, but expired your eligibility last year with ACU. First question, you were a former player last year. What is it like going from the floor to the bench now as an assistant coach?
It's actually really weird. It was a hard adjustment for me just because I miss playing, but I love being around the girls, so it's just good for me to kind of give them like what I see, and they can relate to me a lot just because we have a relationship from before. So, I mean, it's a hard adjustment, but you get used to it.
So you're over on the bench. You got players from last year like Courtney Christmas and Jada Willingham. What's it like working with the kids that you have played with before and watching them grow as these sophomores now have grown so much since their freshman year already?
No, yeah, it's awesome. It's only been like one season since I haven't played with them, and they have so much potential that I see in just being able to kind of push them. And I just feel like it's easier for them to listen to me just because we were former teammates. And like I said, potential is there, so I don't know, I just always want to push them, and just I know what they're capable of, and I can't wait to see what they are like when they're a senior. So
now, before I let you go to the game now,
yeah.
San Diego Christian, they received votes earlier in the season, and now they've kind of fallen off of that. They're a little bit hungry, but you guys have so far contained them pretty well, kept them off the three-point line pretty well. What have you liked so far about the defensive and offensive efficiency of your team?
So we focus a lot on defense this year just because we aren't that big. So it helps us a lot on both ends. Every game we kind of go in knowing that we just need to be hungry and you need to get after it no matter what team it is. Like, we don't care about rankings. We just know that we have to come out and play. And if we don't bring that intensity on the defensive end, then we're not going to start off good, and then we just have to keep trying to kind of get back into the game. So, yeah, like I said, defense is huge, and they know that. So they really focus on that and just kind of have that consistency throughout each game.
All righty, Coach Austin, thank you very much. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with some first half analysis and bring you the second half. So far, story's been inside the paint. ACU has outscored San Diego Christian 20-6 inside that red block over there. And that's where they've been attacking so far, and I think that they're really liking not having to deal with some of the bigger opponents that they've had to against Westmont and GCU and teams like that as well. So far, the defense, we talked to assistant coach Madison Austin a little bit ago. We talked about the defensive efficiency. Right now, San Diego Christian only shooting 25% from the field in this first half. They're actually shooting better from three at 30%. Most of those threes, though, coming from Shailene Towie, who is 11th in the NAIA in three-pointers so far. ACU has scored 18 points per quarter so far, which is how we've gone here so far with the 36 points for ACU, now up by 12, and have only allowed San Diego Christian to average 12 points per quarter themselves. ACU second half coming on up. Keep on playing like you've been playing, ladies. So far, so good. Taking on a formerly receiving votes team. Some people may ask, shouldn't ACU start receiving votes if they take on these teams such as Westmont and give them a run for their money? Taking down the Masters when they were number 16. Taking down possibly a team that used to receive votes in San Diego Christian. I tell you guys what, they are 7-2 here at home, AZ Christian is. They have yet to win on the road or in neutral territory, though. They are 0-4, which makes them now 7-6 on the season. We'll find out in just a little bit, actually, whether ACU should start receiving votes in the poll or not because of the road schedule coming up for ACU. They haven't had a lot of road games this season, but after this game today, they will hit the road to take on Hope International. And then on Saturday, January 14th, that is 1 week from today, they take on Vanguard, who is right now ranked number 6 in the nation. So if they're able to hold their own on the road against some of these teams, that's where you're going to start opening eyes to the entire NAIA. So far, this ACU team has sent a message to the rest of the GSAC. Big win against the Masters. That was almost a 10-point win in overtime against the Masters. They gave Westmont a run for their money all the way through. ACU has sent a message to the GSAC. Now it's sending a message to the NAIA. How you start doing that, winning on the road against Hope International, winning on the road against Vanguard, coming back here Tuesday, January 17th, and taking down Biola, who received votes. The only way to get into the poll, is by winning games, and that's exactly what they need to do. Talked to Coach Barry a few times before this game and previous games as well. We talked about how well this team has been doing this season so far. This team only won 13 games last year. They have 7 already. They're halfway to a new record for wins on the season. If they continue to play as they have so far in the GSAC, they should be able to break that record this year as they did last year. It's going to be those games on the road, though. We talked about how good this team is at home, but so far on the road, they haven't really seen much. They played 2 ranked teams in Las Vegas. Lewis and Clark and Carroll College fell to them and then lost the most to a team that wasn't even ranked over there in Las Vegas. Lost by 11 to Embry-Riddle. It's going to be about those games on the road. We even talked about possible playoffs. The first ever playoff for this team would be huge this season in the GSAC tournament. Not all the teams make the GSAC tournament, though. There are 9 teams. A couple of teams get eliminated. ACU has been the teams eliminated the past few years. If they do go into the playoffs, I tell you what, not a single team after what ACU has done to the Masters and has done to Westmont will anyone want to play this team come playoff time in the first round. Coach Barry's response to me is that no one wants to play ACU at home in the playoffs, and that is something that they're going to need to change as the road part of this conference schedule comes ahead towards them, is winning games on the road. And don't just make them scared here, because if you want to make them scared here, you're going to have a pretty good conference schedule if you want to play them in the GSAC tournament. Here at ACU, you're going to have to be the high seed. But if they're the low seed, you're going to have to show that you can win games on the road to scare them on off. Right now, ACU is the number 5 team in the GSAC as they sit at 1-1. San Diego Christian is the number 4 school in the GSAC, sitting at 2-1 on the season in conference play. We got about 4 minutes, and we'll bring you back for second half action. I'm Devon Henry. I'll see you in just a few minutes.